Bezrat Hashem, you're starting the Mishnah. It's never late to join the shiur. You could join now. You're starting Bezrat Hashem, the new Mishnah. Now, what we're going to talk about in this Mishnah, we're going to talk about if you did not bring a korban on the first day of the Chag, what can you do? Let's see what's going to be. Mi shelo Chag. This means shelo Chag means somebody he did not bring a korban Chagiga. Okay, that's if look at the Rashi. Rashi explains that shelo Chag means somebody did not bring the korban Chagiga on the first day. B'yom tom harishon shel Chag chogeg et kol haregel. What he could do is he could bring it the whole moed. Okay, which means it's in like 7 days. You have 7 days to bring a korban. Okay. B'yom tom ha'acharon shel Chag. When it comes to Sukkot, you could bring it even on Shemini Aseret. The only Chag we have, the beginning is a different Chag, the end of it is different Chag, is Sukkot. By Shevi Shel Pesach is Shevi Shel Pesach. That's why we don't say Shechianu in the Kiddush by the Shevi Shel Pesach, because it's not a new Chag. It's a continuation of the Pesach. When it comes to Sukkot, the last 2 days or last day for Eretz Israel is a new Chag. That's why there we say Shechianu. Okay, very good. So now it goes further and it says Avar Haregel. Let's say the whole Chag finished. Velo Chag, and he didn't bring the Gorma Chagiga. Eino Chaya B'Achriyotu. There is no Tashlumin anymore. You cannot bring it anymore. Wow, this is going to be a scary Gemara. Get ready, okay? We're going to get to Tefillah and Shema Be'ez Hashem soon. If you don't want to listen, turn it off right now. Me'uvat lo yuchal litkon. V'chesron lo yuchal lehimanot. Basically, somebody who is a crooked, me'uvat, there is no way he could metaken. He cannot fix it. When somebody is missing something, the mitzvah, there is no takana for him. There's no way. Certain mitzvot, once it's gone, it's gone. You cannot do anything about it. Too late. So we're saying over here, you have 7 days to make it. Once that 7 days finished, too late. You cannot make it anymore. You cannot have any tashlumin. Why do you have to be patur? No, he's asking question. Korban Chagiga is only for men or for women also. Let's see. Rabbi Shimon ben Menasya Omer, Rabbi Shimon, the son of the Menasya, says, now, Eizo me'uvat she'enu yachol le'etaken. What is something, what's the avera, or what's the mitzvah, if you missed it, or you did it, you cannot fix it anymore. Somebody had the forbidden relationship. He wasn't supposed, let's say, he had a relationship with somebody's wife, and they had a child, which is mamzer. In such a situation, he says, there is no way he could fix it. According to this opinion, even you do teshuvah, it's not going to work. Okay? The baby, the child. Right. Okay, it's very hard to understand though. Okay?
There is no way to fix it.
Rashi says that, okay?
But why not fixing it? Doesn't mean you're still going to get punished? Or just
That's what it means. That's what it means. What are you going to do with this baby, with child? It was born from forbidden relationship. What are you going to do?
Yeah, what can you do for the actual act?
Could be. But what you have right now is Avera is there. The produce of your sin is there. You cannot do anything about it. So according to the Rashi opinion, if you look at the Rashi, there is no teshuvah. Once you cannot metaken the maaseh, you cannot fix what you did, which is the child over here. There is no teshuvah. Huh? Child itself doesn't have error. It is okay. It's not his fault. Okay, there's a certain reason why Hashem put that neshama inside that person. Okay, but the child itself, it doesn't need to do teshuvah. He didn't do anything wrong. Okay. Okay. Yacho im tomar begone vegozel. Let's say if you want to apply this pasuk to somebody who stole something from somebody else, there is a tikkun. You could fix it. Yacholhu la'achaziro bitaken. You could give it back and do the tikkun. So therefore, according to Rabbi Shimon ben Menasya, when the pasuk says meuvat lo yachol litkon, if somebody is crooked, if something wrong, cannot fix it, is talking about somebody had forbidden relationship with somebody that had a child. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai Omer, en korim meuvat ela shel lemi shaya metukan batechila v'nit'avet. When we say somebody is meuvat means somebody crooked, doing something wrong. That's according to Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. We're talking about he was okay in the beginning, and then he messed it up. Ve'eze, who we are talking about over here, ze talmid chacham haporesh min Torah. Is somebody who is a talmid chacham. Really, he's good in the beginning. He was okay, and he messed it up. According to Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, this is not considered. If somebody goes with somebody's wife and they have a child, he's not considered meuvat. Why? Because from beginning he was bad. He did have the relationship. So you don't call him meuvat. Meuvat is somebody is okay, good in the beginning, then it is something wrong. This person was doing something wrong anywhere before. So according to Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, this pasuk is not talking about that person, that he cannot do tikkun. It seems like for Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai that you could fix it in that scenario. Because all these chachamim, they're talking about this pasuk, that is certain averot, you cannot fix it. According to Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, we're talking about somebody was a Talmid Chacham. We're going to see the example in the Gemara, that he changed his path. And unfortunately, he went on the wrong way. So this is a Mishnah. We're just starting. It's going to be very fascinating Gemara from here on. It's one of the most, one of the favorites I have. Gemarot I like. It's over here, Bezat Hashem. We're going to see it later. But it's very famous Gemara, Bezat Hashem. It's something you keep with you until 120 years, Bezat Hashem. Now, we are going at the beginning of the Mishnah that they said if somebody, he did not bring a korban or Chagiga for 7 days, and the Chag finished, that's he already lost it. Now, but we understood the Mishnah so far. We understood it. That's, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. That on Shemini Chag Aseret also you could bring it. So not only in the beginning of the Chag, and the new Chag end of the Sukkot, you see could bring a Korban Chagiga for the Sukkot. Okay. So Gemara asks a question. Mena hanemile. When we go to Yeshivot, they say Mena hanemili. How do you know? Ask a question on the Mishnah. Where do you learn from that Shemini Chag Aseret also you could bring the Tashlumin for the first day? Where do we know? Maybe I would say that Sukkot finished already and too late. You cannot bring it anymore. He says, Amar Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Rabbi Ishmael Ne'emar Atzeret B'Shevi Shel Pesach. The pasuk says, when he's talking about the 7th day of Pesach, he calls it Atzeret. What does Atzeret mean? Stop. Okay? Really, the meaning of the Atzeret means to stop. Let's see. Where do you have the pasuk about the Pesach? You don't have the pasuk. Gemara doesn't bring the pasuk. The pasuk says, Sheshet yamim tochal masot. 6 days you eat matzah. Uvayom hashevi aser l'Hashem elokecha. Lo ta'aser melacha. The 7th day you stop. Basically, you don't work. There's going to be a day that you don't do melacha. And also we have another pasuk. He calls the Shemini Chag Aseret, right? The 8th day of the Sukkot also is called Aseret. So we have Aseret talking about the last day of the Pesach, and Aseret last day of the Sukkot. Ma lehalan, just like the Bashevi Shel Pesach, the 7th day of the Pesach, letashlumin, you could bring it. Afkan letashlumin, same thing. So now, so far we learned today from the word aseret. From the word aseret, we learn that we could do it. Oh, we have an English one?
Okay.
So far we've been talking about the how many days you have. In new Mishnah we learned today, in the beginning of the Mishnah, that if you missed the first day and you didn't bring the Korban Chagiga on the first day, how many days you have to make it up? Tashlumin. So we learned in the Mishnah, you have it until the end of the Chag. Even on Sukkot. Even on Sukkot, you're allowed to bring it on Shemini Chag Aseret. Gemara asks a question, how do we know? We have the word Aseret. Aseret, the last day of the Pesach called Aseret. The last day of the Sukkot also called Aseret. So therefore, we learn from there that even on Shemini Chag Aseret, you could make up the Korban Chagiga you did not bring for the first day of Sukkot. Okay, very nice. Now, Gemara, what is it? That's different. That's different. You have to bring. That's a different question. We are now talking about the Korban of the Sukkah, the Sukkot. You forgot to bring it on the first day, and the whole Chol Hamoed you forgot. Now, can I bring it on the last day of Sukkot? Yes, you could. Which is the last day of Sukkot is Shemini Chag Aseret, right? Now, Gemara asks a question now, and I'm gonna basically make it clear for us. Gemara says, Mufne. What does Mufne mean? Panui. What does Panui mean? They call somebody is not married Penuya. Available. Okay? So Gemara saying, we have to say, if we are using the word Aseret over here, we have to say it's Panui. It's available. Right. We cannot use the same word for two different things. You cannot say Dorasha on the same thing. So if you used it once, you cannot use for something else. We have to say, over here we made a Gezerah Shava. What is Gezerah Shava? We have two words similar to each other. One halacha applies to this one, is going to apply to the other one also. So it applies to the Pesach, I have all the last Yom Tov also. So same thing, we're going to say over here also, last Yom Tov is Shemini Chased, it could bring a Korban. The Ilav, Mufne, if you tell me is not available, I could ask a question. Ma la shevi shel Pesach sheken eno chaluk mishel lefanav. What does it mean? How are you going to tell me, how you could learn it from here, that the shevi shel Pesach tomar b'shemini shel chag shechaluk mishel lefanav. If you don't have it mufne available to use it for gezerah shava, I could ask a question. What I could ask a question from, I could say that the Shevi Shel Pesach is something that is part of the beginning of the Chag. Okay? Because the last day of the Pesach is Pesach. But last day of the Sukkot is not Sukkot anymore. Why? Because last day of the Sukkot is new Chag. So I only could do this if I have it available, the Aseret. I'm not using it for any other different Devar Torah or Darasha, whatever you want to call it. So Gemara says, so therefore, Lai Afnuye Mufne. So we have to say that this word is available, is not used. Mikedi, my Aseret. What does Aseret mean? The word of the Aseret. Atzur be'asiyat melacha. Is the day you stop. You cannot do anything. Ha ketib lo ta'aseh melacha. I don't need the word Aseret because it says clearly in the pasuk lo ta'aseh melacha. Right? I already know that I cannot work on end of the Pesach. So now, if I already know the word Aseret is extra, is panui, is available, Aseret the kata Rahman Allah Mali, why do I have this extra word Aseret? Ella, rather, Shemamina, I learn from here, le'afnuye. It means the word is penuya. I could use it for gezerah shava, and you cannot ask a question on it. So therefore, maskana, the basically conclusion is so far, you could use the word aseret, is panui or penuya. You could use it and make it gezerah shava. We learn from the Pesach for the last day of the Sukkot, which is the Shemini Chag Aseret. You still could bring a korban chagiga for Sukkot. So now, betana maitela mehacha. How do we know? We're going to go into now, again, continuation of the Gemara. How do we know you could bring a tashlumin on Shemini Chag Aseret? The Tanya, we learn in the Braita, when we were talking about the Chag Sukkot, v'chagotem oto, Chag leHashem, Shiv'at Yomim. Okay? Simple translation, celebrate Sukkot is a celebration for Hashem, 7 days. Okay? Yachol yehe chogeg v'holech kol shiv'ah. I would have thought, you know what? We could celebrate. Over here, we learned from the pasuk for 7 days. Talmud lomar oto. What does oto coming to teach me? Oto means only the first day. Oto ata chogeg. Ata chogeg kol shiva. You could only bring the korban chagiga, which is where the pasuk says v'chagotem oto means bring the korban chagiga only on the first day, because we have extra word oto that day. Okay, imken, if that's the case, lama ne'emar shiva. It says in the pasuk that over there 7 days. Well, I don't understand. You telling me first oto on the first day, then you telling me you have to do 7 days shiva. So what does it mean oto shiva? Letashlumin. We learn from here. Lecha techila, you have to bring it on the first day. If you miss it on the first day, you have 7 days to make it up. That's how we learn the pasuk. So how beautiful it is. The Gemara teaches you every word in the Torah. Every word in the Torah, there's a reason behind it. It goes weiter, it goes further, and he says, the Braita ומנין שאין לו חג יום טוב הראשון של חג שחוגג והולך את כל הרגל ביום טוב האחרון. How do we know the last Yom Tov? Especially by Sukkot. How do you know you could bring a korban tashlumin for חגיגה on the Shemini Chag Aseret? Talmud lomar, the pasuk says, "B'chodesh hashevi'i tachogu oto." What does it mean? He says, "Chodesh hashevi'i." What is Chodesh hashevi'i? Huh? Okay, Nisan? I'm asking you. It's what we should start from. That's the question. Exactly, that's the question. Okay, I think we're starting from Nisan. Let's go from Nisan. Nisan in Tishrei. Okay, let's see. Okay. You should know it's very confusing because a lot of times we start from Tishrei. A lot of times, other things we start from Nisan. So different things which is different. We are talking about Shemini Chag Aseret right now. Okay, so the pasuk says the Chodesh Hashevi'i, you could bring a korban. So we learn from here that Shemini Chag Aseret also included to bring the Tashlumin. Okay, so far. Okay, that's the whole Chodesh. So Gemara says, if that's the case, what does mean? Im, right? Okay, there's a question. Let's see, I don't get into it. Let's go. Means im. If. If you're telling me in the 7th month, it's the 7th month. So if that's the case, why are you only telling me I could bring it only 7 days and Shemini Chag Aseret included? The whole month I should have for Tashlumin. Talmud lomar, oto. This says oto. What does oto means? Oto ata chogeg, ve ata chogeg chutza lo. Only the chag itself, you could do it. Once the chag finished, you cannot bring a korban anymore. Okay? Good?
So here we use the word oto.
This is the second understanding. No. There's two different understandings. Two different Tanaim. Right. Yes. Two different people talking. This is a second one. First one we says Oto is coming to day of the Chag. Right.
Now oto, it's the chag itself within the month.
Right.
That was my thinking on the first oto.
Right.
It's referring to the chag, but no.
No, there's two different things. We say Tanya Maiti La Me'acha. We have another Tana. He talks about. He brings it from here. So you have two different Braitot. Okay. So don't mix it up. Two different learning. Anyway, we get to the maskana, to the conclusion. You are allowed to bring a korban of the sukkah and the chagiga of the sukkot on Shemini Chag Aseret. That's the maskana. That's the conclusion up to here now. So now we're gonna go inside more tashlumin.
Nobody say like that because it's actually 8 days. With the shiur.
For me, us 9 days. Okay. Okay.
Nobody understood it. Maybe chag oto ve'od shiva yamim. You know, the first day and then 7 more days, and then it's include also the
That's not the case by Pesach.
Pesach.
Pesach is 7 days total. Yeah.
Pesach is 7 days.
Right.
So anyways, it's not completely similar. If it's 8 days and everybody is 7 days, no?
Okay. If you pay attention, I don't know if you pay attention or not. Pesach always the first 2 days. It's a Monday, Tuesday. Next week also Monday, Tuesday.
So it's 8 days.
So for us, it's 8 days. if you look at the Sukkot, let's say first 2 days is Monday, Tuesday, the last 2 days is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's going to be 9 days. It's 2 different days, if you pay attention. Okay. Very nice. So now we're going to go further. So hopefully, we see we get this piece we're going to finish. We're going to go into talking about the Nazir today. So you say, Umay, what is Tashlumin? Let's see. How does Tashlumin work? Rabbi Yochanan Amar, Tashlumin Larishon. What does it mean? Tashlumin Larishon. The whole chiyuv, the obligation to make a korban chagiga, you have to make it on the first day. If you don't bring it on the first day, you could bring it the days after to make up what you missed on the first day. Okay, that's the understanding we had in the Mishnah also. This is Rabbi Yochanan. Okay, Rabbi Oshaya Amar. Rabbi Oshaya says something very interesting. Tashlumin, what we say, Tashlumin, ze laze. What does it mean, ze laze?
Any day for any day.
What does it mean? What's the difference in Rabbi Yochanan? Rabbi Yochanan says, okay, well, so what do you mean? I have an obligation every day to bring a korban? Okay.
Qualified in a different day. So then, therefore, let's say he was exempt the first day and qualified the second day. So the second day is basically shiur on the second day.
Okay. So now, can you explain to me? Let's see you understood or not. What's the machlok in Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Yoshaya? Nemai lafkamina. What's the difference?
Rabbi Yochanan is patur. If he wasn't chayav the first day, then it must be that the later days he's exempt.
So he doesn't bring. Let's say somebody is tameh on the first day, he becomes tahor on the second day. According to Rabbi Yochanan, he doesn't bring. According to Rabbi Oshaya, he brings it, because the chiyuv is not only the first day. If you the whole chag. If you couldn't bring it on the first day because you were exempt, now according to Rabbi Oshaya, your chiyuv is going to be second day. Second day you are exempt. Third day, okay. So now, what's going to happen to Rabbi Oshaya? How many days you have to make it up? Let's say I'm going to be tameh until the 7th day. 7th day I become tahor, okay? And I didn't bring it. Rabbi Oshaya agrees you cannot bring it anymore, right? Or you say no, have another 7 days?
No.
You have another 7 days?
No, only the 7 days.
Okay, let's see.
I think.
Let's see Gemara. Gemara asks a question. My benai. This is always Gemara asks this question. You have 2 opinions. What's the difference between these 2 opinions? Okay? Gemara gonna give an example. Amar Rab Zera chiger. You have somebody, he's a chiger. You know what is chiger? He's limping. Okay? He cannot walk. Okay? Beyom Rishon. Only the first day he was limping, he couldn't walk. Okay? So first day he was patur, exempt. When it pashet beyom sheni, he got refuah shelema on the second day. Okay? Ika benayhu. There's a difference between them. Rabbi Yochanan Amar. Rabbi Yochanan said, Tashlumin larishon, kevan de lo chazi barishon, lo chazi basheni. Since he was not qualified on the first day, he was exempt on the first day, there is no tashlumin. Too late. Finished. Okay. Rabbi Shaya Amar, tashlumin zelazeh. Af agar de lo chazi barishon, chazi basheni. According to Rabbi Oshaya, his second day he's okay now. Now he's chayav. He has to bring on second day. If he didn't bring on second day, he has other days of the chag to make it up. That's the nafkamina. Is the difference going to be between the Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Oshaya? Good. Now, I don't know. When we get the Beit Hamikdash, we ask. But I don't think it's irrelevant. It's not going to apply anymore. When Mashiach comes, there is no sick person anymore. I don't know what's going to be, if you're going to use this halakha or not. But if you, I want to show you something interesting. Let's see. If you look at the Gemara, you see different letters on the machloket between the, especially you see the machloket between the Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Yoshaya. There is a dalet on the Tashlumin Larishon. If you look at your Gemara, you see where is it? Umay Tashlumin Rabbi Yochanan Amar Tashlumin Larishon. You see there's a dalet on top of it. So that dalet goes on the side, which means halacha like him. It's a Rambam passing like Rabbi Yochanan. You see, have it. You have it. Ein mishpat. Maybe yours should be. So you have a dalet over there. It tells you that Rambam, it goes like the opinion of, huh? Where is hair? Where is hair you have? Oh, that two hairs over there. You have one hair? Is also going on Rambam, but it seems like halakha is like, you should know this halakha is not brought down in Shulchan Aruch. Shulchan Aruch doesn't talk about korbanot. There is no halakha of korbanot in Shulchan Aruch. Okay, so we cannot look at the Shulchan Aruch find out what's halakha. So the only thing you could find out is going to be Rambam, but who says that when the Mashiach comes, the halakha is going to be there like Rambam? So that's not obvious. So we don't know the halakha yet. But once the Mashiach comes, let's see, he's going to ask him Be'ezrat Hashem. Now we're going to go to the next section. That's something a little bit different what we had until now. We're going to talk about Nazir. Who is Nazir? I'll just get the introduction to that. I don't think we're going to go any further. Somebody made himself Nazir, which means used to be. You should not do it these days. He says he accepts on himself to become Nazir. He cannot drink wine. He cannot all these things. He cannot become Tameh. So now what happens? That person who is Nazir now, he becomes Tameh. Let's say he was in the room and somebody died. He cannot continue anymore because he became Tameh to finish his Nazirut. Okay, so he's gonna get basically haircut after 7 days, which finish he became tahor. There's a process that's gonna sprinkle the para aduma, the efer of para aduma on him to make him tahor. All these things they do, and on the 8th day, he has to bring the korban. Okay, he brings torim and bnei yonah, birds. 2 different ones, and each one is for chatat, one ola, and brings the one keves, one sheep for asham. Okay, then he goes back and it starts from the beginning. Nazirut.
If he accepts on himself, or he has to go back?
What do you mean?
Is Nazirut finished, right?
No, he didn't finish it. He became tameh in between. Let's say he said, I'm going to be Nazir. When you don't say how many days, it's going to be 30 days. Okay? So 30 days. After 15 days, it becomes Tameh. So you go to the process of the Tahara, then it starts from beginning. Okay? Okay. From beginning. What is it? The only person who was Nazir for life was Shimshon. Mibeten. From the time he was born. That's called Nazir Shimshon in the Gemara. You remember we began the Gemara before? We did the Gemara Nazir in the beginning.
So if he became Tameh, he wouldn't lose his status?
Who? Shimshon couldn't become, he couldn't lose it.
So he didn't have
Usually how it works by the regular Nazir, he finished the Nazirut, he has a process. You have to get the haircut, you have to get korban, all these things you do. Okay, for him never finishes. Okay, but we know the whole strength he had was in his hair. Once he cut his hair, he lost it.
Was in his hair or was in his they
Okay.
cut it, they mess up.
Okay, very good. Let me ask you a question. If that's the case, according to you, so why he didn't say make me tameh? If you make him tameh, he's not nothing anymore. It seems that the hair was the main part. That's why he was. That's our understanding. I don't know if I'm right or not. Okay. Now, over there we explain the Nazir, let's say, becomes tameh a few times. Okay. He only brings one korban to start the game. Okay. So there are different things he's gonna. I don't know. You're gonna remember it by tomorrow, but we're gonna talk about it more tomorrow. We're gonna tomorrow, Bezat Hashem. We'll start from Umi Amar, which is fifth line from the bottom. The concept is going to be Bezat Hashem tomorrow. What we said before about Rabbi Yochanan, that the Chovat Tashlumin, that's something you from the beginning. According to Rabbi Yochanan, we just mentioned, we learn now that basically the first day is the main day. The other days is a Tashlumin. Once you were patur on the first day, you're not going to be able to basically bring the korban. Not like Rabbi Shaya. Okay. Yeah, we need your help, David.